Shalawam. Hey, first and foremost, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. Shalawam to you sincere. Okay, I'm out there pushing and preaching this 100% doctrine. Hey, shalawam to the hopeful elect, 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining yourself in this truth. Shalawam to the tabernacle of David. So I want to touch on life experiences. Another morning edification. All right, life experiences Yahawah gave us. Okay. You know, we was basically, you gotta know wickedness to understand righteousness. You gotta know, man. That's why we lived in the world. That's why we was in a Gentile state of mind. Okay. Therefore, becoming that new man, coming into this thing, being better men, understanding this truth, walking in this truth, walking in this light. But we understood we went through many situations, right? Therefore, the way that we judge is going to be far better, superior to a real judge, right? Because they never went through, you could say, if a judge is judging child support, right? They never went through that situation, right? We are going through all these type of situations. Therefore, we can reflect back. We had a perspective of that person that we judging, using wisdom, going through all these type of situations. That's why you always gotta try to put yourself in a person's shoes, right? Don't be too harsh. Have some mercy, have some compassion. Try to put yourself in a person's shoes before you even going into it, right? And judge with the whole situation in mind, right? I think the thing is, you don't want to be biased towards brothers, right? Now, if you got full evidence and all that, whatever it is, but don't be biased and just in the loop-de-loop, not knowing what truly happened, okay? Because at the end of the day, let's read this. 1 Corinthians 6:9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of power? So automatically we know that the unrighteous ain't going to get it. Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. So we ain't commanded to go back and forth, tangling and tussling with Jake, man, or mankind in general, heathens. All right, we have been brought through certain life experiences, and we need to use those to our benefit. Okay, I remember in the world, man. Before, like in my 20s, I used to really, man, it was nice because I was in Japan dealing with Japanese women, and it was like Yahawah gave me that as like what to expect, because they was some servant type women, man. Ammonite woman is a servant. Like, honestly, she gonna serve the hell out of you. Okay? So boom, did that for about 4 years. About 5 years. So then came to the Bay Area, where it's the total opposite. The total opposite. I was dealing with really a Proverbs 31 woman in Japan, a woman that's serving, that's using wisdom. She's there to please her man. And then I go to the Bay Area, and you dealing with the total opposite, the wicked ass Enda, a wicked ass Jake female, which is basically straight ratchets. Alright? And after 2 ratchets, I was done. I was like, I ain't dating these bitches no more. I started to hate my own women. That's when I first realized, man, I hate black women. Right? Until I met a good one. But bro, you deal with a black woman, and they do you how they do you, you start to hate them. Now those life experiences, I had to grow up. I had to understand. You don't let no female throw you around like that. You watch out. You be careful. You don't try to, because if they can use you, they gonna use you. If you ain't no true man, alright, they gonna use you. So them women out in the Bay Area, man, they gonna abuse you and manipulate you if you ain't standing on it. So that's what life had taught me, right? I had to realize, man, to look out for these women. These women is treacherous. These women is evil. These women are conniving. You thinking that a female ain't, but she trying to get over on you the whole time, man. That's how Bay Area women are, and that's how LA women are as well, right? And not all of them, but majority of them, especially in the Bay Area, man, they trying to play you. They trying to pimp. They trying to get money out of you, all right? So that life experience taught me to be on guard dealing with a B-dub, an N-dub, right? A black woman, a nigga woman, to be on guard at the end of the day. But I was coming from Japan, where Japanese women, they wasn't trying to play you, they was trying to serve you. They ain't had no malicious intent. And it's still some of them that got wicked intentions on them, but the ones I was dealing with was straight, you know? So coming from that, never really truly dating a black woman until like I was 25, 26, right? So, cause in high school I ain't date, I ain't had no car, I didn't date, I didn't know nothing about that, you know? I had one little chick, it was like a little fling, man, and I only talked to her for like 2 months, that was it. And then I went straight out of high school to the military. So I was fresh. I was a church boy, right? I was in church 18 years of my life, straight out of the military. Straight out of high school to the military. And then boom, they shipped me straight to Japan. So I was a fresh baby, man. I was really, you could say, gullible. So these life experiences that Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi sent me through really built me up, you know, at the end of the day. So after women played you, after you get played by women, man, you on guard. You checking that. So then you know what to look for. You should be a stronger man, because you also know what to look for. And therefore, you ain't gonna let no woman play you or manipulate you in that way again, because you already been through that. So you should know what to look for. This is the thing. If brothers ain't learning from their mistakes, are you truly growing in wisdom? If you're not, then you're being a fool. You're not learning how to grow, right? Once brothers get rebuked, you should be correcting that issue that you was rebuked on. You should be correcting that mishap, that mistake, and be growing from that. If you realize you need to study more, then you should do that. You know, you shouldn't have to get told twice. All right? Life experiences, once again, going through the military, they only gonna tell you something once. Maybe twice, but rarely twice. So you're not gonna be told twice. And really, when you're on that flight deck, the jets is coming down, etc., you can't be told more than once, because it's a life and death situation. If you in the wrong spot on the flight deck, your head will get chopped off, man. Because when that wire come in, if you in the wrong spot, you might be dead. Okay? So that's how this is. You don't have time to play games. I remember one time we had a RAS, that's a replenishment at sea. So all this food was coming in off the helicopters. They was bringing the food over and dropping it on the carrier, and you have to run up to it, and you have to unleash the hook, and you know the food will fall, and you get out the way, and then you come in with the pallet jack, and you get the food, and you take it the way it needs to go. Now, if you're doing that situation wrong, you could die, or you could get your bones broke. This is why you gotta pay attention to what you're doing. It's the same thing with this truth. You have to pay attention. If you teach a scripture wrong, that's your ass. You got blood on your hands. You done taught it wrong. You done taught it incorrectly, right? And that's the thing with the other camps, IUIC and all of them. They don't teach the scriptures correctly, so it's a lot of blood on their hands. And Yahawashi is gonna repay them for that. You was leading the people off. All right. The elder was doing it yesterday, man. Apostle Ramlab was doing it yesterday, going on the IUIC. Actually, yeah. And then Elder Apostle Tahar got on it and double back on it, piggybacked on it. Which this IUIC dude was teaching that hell, you're gonna burn forever. Where the fuck in the scriptures does it say that? It doesn't say that anywhere. So that dude, IUIC, he has a lot of blood on his hands. He doesn't understand the truth. And and he's teaching the scriptures incorrectly. So that's his ass. Taking that back to the situation with the raz, replenishment at sea, he would probably unhook the hook and the damn pallet would fall on his leg and boom, he have a broken leg because he didn't learn correctly. He didn't listen when the instructions were given out. It's a life or death situation, right? Going back to another situation, same thing. It was a raz. It was at nighttime, right? And you come up on the elevator, you gotta hold on the elevator. Like these are it's life or death situations in the military when you're doing these type of situations. Alright? And the water for Yahawah bringing me through all that safely. You know, I ain't never lose no limb. I only had a broken toe, and that's when I was a kid. Ain't no bone in my body, and I've been straight. You know, and that's all due to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. So we was coming up the elevator, and you get on the flight deck, and that wind is blowing so hard. If you don't hold on to the brother in front of you, then you could get blown away, right? And it's nets all around the ship to save you if you fall off the ship, right? So, but I didn't know that the first time coming up. So boom, I'm coming up and I'm like, whatever. And then boom, that wind hit me and I'm getting blown. And I'm like, hey bro, and I'm grabbing for bro. And he grabs me, man. I'm like, yo, cause I was like 128, 130, I wasn't nothing, you know. I'm still like 140, 150. So I got high metabolism, but it's life or death situations. And when are these things learned? In training. So when is this training? Doing studying. That's the same thing for the scriptures. You got to study. So when you hit the corners, like Angel, when you on the comment board, right, posting scriptures, etc., you learning these things. When you watching the elders, and you watching them, and you watching the comment board and how it flows, and things like that, you learning. That's training. You learning. Hey, and you learning restraint. You learning when to say something, when not to say something. This goes through just being social, you know, because we don't always have to say anything. Sometimes we can just chill and listen. I sit back and observe and chill and listen most of the time, especially being, you know, under 5 years. Coming up on 4 years in November, I'm listening most of the time. We don't have to say nothing. Leave that to the older brothers. So in a training state, you learning those things. And I'm taking that from life experiences. You got to take what you went through in life and apply that to now, because it's going to benefit you. Look at all these life experiences that you went through. Yahawah didn't send you through those life experiences for nothing. He sent you through all those experiences to build you up, to make you a better man, to refine you, right? We was being refined even before we came into this truth. We was being sent through lessons and being taught, and being, you may say you took L's, but it was a lesson, because if you learned from it, it was a lesson. So you became a better person, right? Like I was talking about with the ratchets, okay? Back then, I wasn't in the world, so a wicked woman was attracted to a wicked man. I was wicked. I was doing things in the world, smoking, black and mild, cigarettes, drinking, passed out, doing things like that, right? Just being in the world, going to clubs and partying, you know, and stuff like that. So boom, I was attracting wicked women because I was out there. So understanding that, after 2 chicks, I was like, I ain't doing this shit no more. This shit is toxic. I'm tired of it, right? Chick done tried to put her hands on me. One chick tried to throw knives at me. That bitch really threw a knife at me, man. After that shit, I was done. I ain't doing this shit no more with toxic females, right? So I knew in my life, something had to change, right? So, changed it up and started getting more spiritual, started getting into the scriptures more. And then finally, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi would see that effort and bring me into this truth, right? But those life experiences was needed, because I wouldn't know how to deal with women, how to really check a woman and correct a woman if I didn't know how bad a woman could get. So I had to know, I had to learn You ain't just overnight gonna know it all or whatever. We never gonna know it all right? We always learning. So you ain't just overnight gonna know how to handle something. You gotta learn with it. You gotta grow. You gotta build, right? So don't think that, I don't know this, I'm all for, etc. Nah, learn, grow, sit, study, read, build yourself up with it. Those life experiences is sent by Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay? Enjoy that studying part, man. Enjoy the growth of it all. This is the most important part, because this is the foundation part. So if you get that foundation correct, then everything else is gonna be, solid. The house is gonna be built. I'm watching them build these houses out here, these buildings on this base thing, and I saw how they laid the foundation. They took weeks to lay the foundation, and they laid it properly. They took weeks. They let it settle, right? And now they built it up. But they had to lay the foundation correctly and properly, man, before they started building the walls and everything else, and the ceiling. Now it's almost done. They done put the air conditioner in it and everything else. So that foundation has to be solid, all right? And I hope this has been edifying, man. Hey, with that being said, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us the truth. Shalawam to the hopeful elect. Shalawam, brothers. Shalawam.